morning, YouTubers. This is the Bagua. I'm getting a lot of response, and some in an okay way, some in a bad way, about universal salvation. The fact that and it seems as if a lot of Christians are angry at me and others like myself about believing that the whole human race will be saved. And what I don't understand is, why do, and others have said this to me also, other universalists or people who feel the same way as I do, why is it that Christians who are supposedly loving people, who care about their fellow man, who are running around trying to get them saved as best they can, would not want the whole world to be saved? Now, when the news came to me, it didn't come to me, but I went to it. I went to a website, found out about it, and after 4 days, 3 nights of reading pages upon pages of material, decided in my own mind, by myself, that this is the truth. It was correct. And I'd always hoped that there was no hell, but when I found out that there was no hell, I was elated. I was extremely, extremely happy. Now, what I don't understand is, I've written people that you know about, preachers, pastors that are in positions of power, people that are just regular people. I've conversed on the internet and back and forth, and it seems as if Christians, first of all, some small amount, of atheists or non-believers, at least in the Christian faith, don't want it to be true. The reason why is because of the fact that it makes the Word of God more palatable. And then they would either have to believe it, which I don't think there's any reason to. If you're an atheist and you don't believe in it, that's fine. But maybe because it'll make it more palatable to the world. Anybody who is not a Christian, and their ranks will diminish. Say the people under the non-Christian ranks would diminish, because people, at least this is the way I'm thinking that they're seeing it, is that their ranks will diminish because other people say, hey, that's great, the whole world's going to be saved, now I can accept this kind of faith in God. Now I believe there's a God. Or something. If you don't believe in there's a God, a Christian God, then I don't think it's going to make anybody jump on board that much quicker. I'm not saying that it won't make some people who are kind of on the fence say, yeah, now that's my kind of God, the God that would save everyone. But the people who are really staunch atheists, or they are definitely against the Bible, or the Word of God, they're not going to make them jump on board any faster. But whatever. I've had that. I've had people like that. I come across plenty of those, but even more so it's the Christians. And that's what really bothers me, is because, and I've had others who I'm friends with online say to me, I just don't understand this. You tell these Christian people who are supposedly loving, caring human beings that Jesus Christ is not going to fail. He's going to save the whole human race. And they'll argue till they're blue in the face. And they say to me, I just don't understand it, Why is that? Why would they do that? Wouldn't they be like, wow, this is so great news, better than I thought all along, yeah, they had to accept it, and if not, they're going to hell, blah, blah, blah. You would think that, but, and now I'm going to give those people, the people that I talk to, a reason why, is because God has blinded them to this. See, they don't truly, the way I see it is the Christians that do believe in a hell. And I'm not saying all of them, because there is a portion that do believe in it, and I wish it wasn't true. But the people that love the fact that there's a hell, and they love the fact that there's going to be a huge amount of people in hell, burning with their flesh being torn off and everything, I mean, if they get off on that, they're not going to like it that we're saying that everybody's going to be saved. That's point one. Okay, if you are a Christian, quote unquote Christian, that is non-loving of the human race, then of course you're going to love it that you are in the top, the minority, and you are the top, the cream of human society, and that all those people that you hate are going to be suffering, and you can sit there and go, ha ha ha, look at you, blah blah blah. I mean, that's pretty easy to figure out. But the hard ones to figure out are the ones that really have a heart for the human race and that won't accept it, and that, well, they haven't been shown enough yet. Number one, they haven't been shown enough yet information to believe it, and that's why those of us who do believe in it will point you to websites, point you to pastors and teachers that can tell you and give you the evidence that there is no hell. All right. But there are all those people that can read the evidence and everything else, and they're going to read the evidence, and they're still not going to believe it. And they're still going to hate you for it. They're going to hate the guts out of you for it. And the reason being is because of the fact that God has blinded them to the truth. Okay? There are the called, and then there are the chosen. Until up and now I haven't said anything about it, but I really do believe that hell is one of those points that, and I mean, it was like 2.5 years ago when I found out there was no hell through research, through the vernacular would be through rightly dividing the Word of God, the Word of truth, by a process of going back to the original language and not allowing the Bible, okay, as opposed to the Word of God, to get in my way. Because the Bible, it can make the easiest thing to understand extremely hard to understand and become distorted. The only way I can explain it is, if you were to look at yourself in a full-length mirror, you pretty much see an image of yourself, a physical image of yourself. But if you were to look at one of those fun house mirrors, it's distorted. Well, the Word of God is like a mirror. The funhouse mirror is the Bible. Okay? It will show you certain things that are true about yourself, certain things that are obviously false. And that's why we have to go back to the original, to the mirror, to the real mirror, to get a true glimpse at ourselves, or get a true glimpse of the Word of God. I mean, not that King James or the NIV or the New American Standard or any of those Bibles aren't good, but they're for reference. They're not the true Word of God. The true Word of God came from Jesus Christ when He spoke it, from the apostles when they wrote it. Now we don't have the whole of the Word of God, but also God built in us a device or devices, our brain, our intuition. You feel something in the pit of your stomach is completely wrong. That is part of what God gave us. Okay. By the way, the Chinese talk about the Dantian, lower Dantian, which is about right here, a bit below your navel, on the inside of your body. When you get butterflies in your stomach, that kind of thing. That's the Dantian, and there are more neurons in your digestive system than there are in your whole brain and spinal cord, according to certain articles I've read.